Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to check the smart cable from FuriousFPV. Recently I reviewed the smart power case which is using 18650 batteries, and the smart cable has very similar features, but instead of using the 18650 batteries it is using lipo batteries between 3 to 6 cells in order to power it up. At the time of shooting this video, this product is not available yet, so once it's going to be available, I'm going to put a link to it in the description box down below. And by the way, this is not the final version. You can see that the case is made out of 3D printed material, and the final version is going to be made using plastic molds, so the material is going to look the same as the material of the smart power case. So now let's check the smart cable. First of all, on the main unit, we can find over here an XT60 battery connector. It supports LiPo batteries between 3 to 6 cells. I did try it with the 2S LiPo battery and it worked, but according to FuriousFPV, it is not recommended. Over here we can find the on-off/navigation button, an OLED screen, and then we can find a 1.3 meters long cable, which is pretty long and will allow you to put the battery on the side or in your pocket and then just connect the other end to your goggles. Next to the 2.1mm DC plug and the balance connector, we can find this unit, which has a single button on it, which is identical to this one, so you can use it to turn on and off the main unit, and you can also use it in order to configure it. After connecting a battery, we can turn on the smart cable by short pressing this button and then long pressing it. Then we can find a very similar screen to the one that is used on the smart power case. So we've got over here the timer, then the total milliamp hour that were drawn from the battery, battery voltage, and the current of the connected accessory. Then over here we've got the battery percentage, which is new, then the call sign and the current temperature. In order to turn it off, you will need to short press this button again and then long press it. In order to enter the configuration menu, you will need to short press this button for 3 times. Then we can navigate through the options by long pressing this button, and we can enter the option and also change it by short pressing it. So first of all, we can set the low voltage per cell. So we can set it between 3.4 up to 3.6 volts. I'm going to leave it on 3.5 volts. Then we can set the maximum current. So we can set it between 0.6 amperes up to 2 amperes. Next, we've got the alarm. So after this amount of time, an alarm will be sound. You can choose where you want to turn it on or off. So you've got 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, or 2 hours option. I'm going to leave it on 30 minutes. Normally, I don't leave my goggles connected for more than that. Next, we've got the call sign. By default, it's set to FuriousFPV. And finally, you can set the unit of temperature between Celsius and Fahrenheit. Now, one of the most useful features of the smart cable is this button. So you can connect it to your goggles like that, and then you can turn it on by short pressing this button and then long pressing it. And now, as you can see, it turned on my docking. In the same manner, you can also turn it off, so you need to short press this button and long press it again. Now let's measure the output voltage. So let's turn it on. And by the way, inside this unit, we can also find an LED indicator that will tell you if the device is on and off. So now let's measure it. And it doesn't matter which battery you're using in order to power up the smart cable. The output voltage is going to be around 8.18 volts. Now, of course, this device is compatible with any goggles that have a 2.1mm DC connector, such as the EV200D, of course, any Fatshark goggles, and also the Aomei commanders. So this is a pretty useful thing to have, not only if you've got Fatshark goggles. In terms of pricing, I was told by FuriousFPV that the smart cable is going to be sold for $28, which is $5 cheaper than the current price of the smart case, which is $33. So this is definitely not a cheap product, and maybe you can make something by yourself for around $5, but it's not going to have the same capabilities of these two devices. And one of the most important features of these devices that they are going to let you know if your device has been connected for a certain while, and also going to cut off the battery if it's going to get too low. So it might be expensive, but it's going to protect your more expensive devices that are connected. And as you may know, a pair of Fatshark goggles can cost $500, so I would be careful with what I'm connecting to it. And if you're using a cheap DC to DC converter, and if you plug a 4S battery and something goes wrong and 4S will go to your goggles, you're risking burning them. So I advise you to be careful if you're planning of making your own adapter. So overall, I think that the smart cable is a very useful product, and I'm going to put it in my backpack and I'm going to start using it and see how it goes. As always, I thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it and you find it useful. If you have any questions about the smart cable or the smart case, feel free to ask it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell if you're not already subscribed. See you in my next videos. and goodbye.